Hi everyone, hope you well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Cardano. Once again, thank you for your support, okay? Really do appreciate it. Big up the CoinsKid crew. Thank you for voting for me on the competition right there, okay? I've got myself in the final, which is great. Thank you for your support. So there is a bit of a pattern that's forming here for Cardano on the weekly time frame just there. There's a bit of a diamond top pattern just here that's forming, okay? You know that Cardano is under a level of resistance right there in that downwards channel which we've spoken about, okay? Now, there is a bit of a diamond top pattern that's forming just there. Do you see this? Okay, so do pay attention to this because this is a reversal pattern. Potentially, as well, if you do start to see Cardano come down and lose this level of support right here, because you are under a level of resistance, which I've shown you, okay? If you do lose support, go short. And obviously, at the moment, you are on the previous cycle high just here. So that's great because you have actually backtested that support. You're holding it as support, which is good. You do want to see that for continuation because if we do get a bounce here and start to pick up, you are looking at these price predictions up here for Cardano. I do anticipate that we will get to these in this bull run, okay? But obviously, as you're fully aware, we've got really overextended and we're sort of going sideways. This is quite a relatively bearish pattern that Cardano is forming right now, okay? And if it does start to roll, you do have a target, okay? The target is here at 0786. So do anticipate if Cardano does roll and starts to lose EMAs, then do anticipate putting some cheeky bids in at 053 6443, okay, that particular Fibonacci extension level right there. Now, as you can see on the weekly, you've melted through it, and just like I've targeted on Bitcoin, you know, you've not really backtested support on the weekly time frame. So that's one confluencing factor, right? That indicator just there, just that candle is saying, you know, you got overextended, you've come up too far, and you come back down to hold support continuation. Now, it won't get there overnight if it does roll, okay? Don't think, you know, oh, it's going to go there overnight, or if you start to see it pick up or anything like that. You know, this is a target, basically, and it's a breakdown target. I would imagine, though, if you do start to roll over here, I would imagine that the 55 would come into play as a level of support. Okay, so do put some cheeky bids on that. If you do, it is all a big if. If you do see the market roll again, okay, put some cheeky bids on the 55 because you will get initial bounces off these levels of support moving forward. But once you lose that, and if you do lose that as well, by the way, if you do lose that, do anticipate cheeky bids on this particular level, and that potentially is the bottom for Bitcoin, for Cardano in this bull run, okay? And you would be looking at that being an optimal entry point for continuation of the bull run right here up to these particular levels right here for Cardano, okay? So yeah, I mean the market looks okay, but obviously it's a little bit weak, as you can see. There's not much volume across the market, to be honest with you. So yeah, do anticipate a little bit of a rollover of this diamond top pattern that Cardano is forming. It's a bit of a reversal pattern and basically come back down to where you came from. Do you see that? So yeah, and this is a key level of support which has not really been back tested as support either. So this is another confluencing factor at the moment. If we do continue to roll right here, you can see this relatively bearish, isn't it? That the rollover, we are under a level of resistance in this downwards channel that we've got going on as well. So do anticipate a further correction for Cardano. And hopefully, you know, this is technical analysis. Hopefully I'm wrong and we have bottomed out right now, okay, on this previous cycle high just there. You can see we're around here. We're holding it as key level support. You know, when we break down, we are having these nice support levels shown by the wicks right there. We are above the 20, which is good because, like I said to you, when you're above a 20 and you're holding it, you are in a continuation of an uptrend right there. So do anticipate that if we do break this level of resistance, which I've shown you, and I'm going to zoom in a minute as well, that is a key indicator that you are continuing with the trend. Well, the trend is your friend, and at the minute you are in a downtrend, okay? So you are continuing with the upside, so to speak, to the continuation of the bull run to these particular targets that we've got for Cardano. But you can see it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that this was overextension just here. This was FOMO, this was greed, this wave here, this wave 3, and you can see it's rolling, isn't it? It's going sideways, and if you do continue to roll and you're losing and hitting your head on resistance, then do anticipate losing support, and these are your support targets right here that we do anticipate for Cardano to get to if it does continue to roll, okay? But again, like I said to you, you know, put some cheeky bids on the 55 because from here right now, because it might not actually get that far, okay? You know, this is reversal pattern, but the 55 could come into play, could hold your ass. That's if you do roll. That's if you do roll. I mean, look at the wick here on the weekly. It's a fantastic level of support for Cardano just there. That's a really nice wick. It's got a lot of support at the body, hence the wick. But if you do start to roll and you lose the previous cycle high at 132 and you close in a week out below that, you're going to start hitting yet on the 20, aren't you? And that's confluence with the fact that you are going to come down and potentially test lower targets right there. So yeah, put some cheeky bids on the 55 if you do see the roll. So yeah, that's basically Cardano on the weekly. But what I'm going to do right now is zoom in on the hourly time frame and see what we can see. Okay. Yeah, so I think in the previous video here we said we've got an inverse head and shoulders, and that particular target is played out to a T. Look at that. So you've got your left shoulder. I put this on Twitter as well, I think. Your head, your right shoulder, and I says when you break resistance, go long, and you can see it come back, hold support, continuation just there, and it's hit its head on this channel. Do you see this? And this is what I said to you. This channel is so important. You can see it's run into a level of resistance right there as Cardano. So what I'm going to do is zoom out on the 4 hourly, sorry, and it will look a little bit neater. So yeah, you are under the cosh basically. You're in a downwards channel right there, which is actually a bullish continuation channel. And you know, if you did get down to these levels here, you would start to come up, break this trend line, break out of this resistance, and you would see that continuation. So until that point, you know, you are in a downtrend effectively, and you are under the cosh for Cardano. So until you can break out of this level of resistance, you know, which is obviously the resistance of the diamond top formation, which I've just shown you. If you break out of that, you've got some lovely upside for Cardano. But until then, you're under resistance. Potentially look at this as a shorting opportunity for Cardano right there. Okay, so yeah, you got the inverse head and shoulders on the hourly, broke up, boom, target met. Do you see that? So that's great. But right now you are caught between the EMAs, you are hitting your head. You're still in a downtrend because you're in a bearish cross. Okay, on the 4 hourly time frame, look, you're in a bearish cross. You come up, you're hitting your head, you're hitting your head, you're hitting your head. And if you continue to do that, this is where you will see the continuation of the downtrend for Cardano until we get to a destination, a level of support, which I've just shown you as a key level of support on the weekly. Obviously you got the 55 EMA and that extension as well down there. Is it 53 cents? So that's become a potential target for Cardano right now, and that's basically falling out of that diamond top pattern. Okay, so from here right now, if it was to continue to sell off, you will be looking at a whopping 59% correction for Cardano. That's a really, really bearish scenario, by the way. And it is what it is. Unfortunately, you can see it's a bit of a cluster of a consolidation range just there and a swing high. So do anticipate that. Okay, it is relatively bearish, but unfortunately, until you break out this level of resistance right here, that seems to be the destination for Cardano. Unfortunately, what we've got going on here. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm completely wrong, and we don't roll over here. But you can see you are under the EMAs on every time frame. Okay, on the 8 hour, you're under the EMAs. On the 4 hour. You in between them actually on the EMAs right there, but you are under this level of resistance of this channel. So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. That's all I can say. On the hourly, you're in a level of consolidation just there. There is a W bottom pattern just there, which is reversed. That's looking good. There is a bit of a head and shoulders pattern just there on the hourly time frame, which is playing out. Let's have a look at this. So yeah, you've got this little bit of a head and shoulders pattern just there, where you've got the left shoulder, the head, a depleting buying trend basically, and you've got the reversal just from there to there, and you can see that is effectively playing out. You've got destination of 128 in the short term on the hourly time frame, so do anticipate that is a potential bit of a bear flag just there. And obviously you got your breakdown target continuation. So yeah, you could be looking at a $1.28 Cardano token over the next few hours. Okay, so that's basically Cardano. At the minute you are in a downtrend, unfortunately, and it has a bit of a destination down there, and that would correlate with the correction that we're seeing on Bitcoin as well. But it doesn't mean it's the end of the bull market. It just means that it's got overextended, it's coming back, it's holding support for continuation. So that's basically Cardano. Take care, everyone. You may get a beautiful entry down there at that particular level, but like I said to you, I don't think it'll go there overnight. Okay, I don't think it'll go there overnight. I think that it's going to be a long game, get there, bounce, continuation of the bull run right there. And again, I could be completely wrong, and if you do see this level of resistance broken, obviously we've got the reversal here and we're looking for continuation. So until we see that break, unfortunately you are in a downtrend and you're looking to come lower for Cardano, and I do anticipate that this is an area where you may see some cheeky bids filled. Okay, take care, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with another update on Cardano. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned. Bye bye.